Hey guys, Forest Bear Studios here.
Hey, what's up?
Today we're doing more Spellweaver. This time instead of facing Frosty and watching him horribly lose against me.
You cheated.
Yeah, sure.
That's really all there is to it.
Today we're going to go over this deck. It's an Order Dominion deck, and then play a few games with it and see how it goes.
And I can backseat game and tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yes. So the main hero, Alexa, kind of got a buff in the most recent patch. So the militia token she makes, if they have an attack greater than 1, then they have 2 speed rather than 1 speed. And so the deck plays 1-drop soldiers, 2-drop soldiers, pacify because you're in order and it's probably the best removal spell for it. Guards makes 2 militias. And then it gives militia 3 speed, so they're really easy to either attack into things or block things. War Fanfare pumps things.
Token deck.
Master Tactician also pumps soldiers. This guy, when he enters the battlefield, gives benefits. So basically, you're just going to make a whole bunch of tokens and attack into things.
So what are you splashing purple for?
It splashes Dominion for Assassinate, destroy a creature with attack 2 or less. Murder Instinct for lols mostly. Gives it a creature deadly, and it can attack 2 creatures.
Which is awesome in a token deck.
Especially this has ranged, so he can hit 2 things with first strike deadly. And Blood-Seeking Mutant is probably the best creature in the game. So he always puts a weakness counter each turn on a non-vampire creature. So if your opponent doesn't have creatures, you do have to hit your own things, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
It doesn't seem bad. I mean, it's not like you're lacking creatures or anything, so...
So let's jump into a friendly game and see how well we do. So we're in a ranked game because there's no friendlies available.
Right on.
This seems keepable. The nice thing about Alexa is that she always has a 1-drop.
Every 2 turns, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we'll make our 1/1 and pass the turn.
It's quite convenient that you can just level up and then just use that 1 mana you already start with and then have a 1/1 out on the field already.
Yeah. So, Nightbringer... He decays, which is basically milling in Magic terms. I'm not sure what this deck does, though.
I guess we'll be finding out relatively quickly, I would imagine. So, looks like he's playing Corrupt for starters. Wonder if he's splashing anything else.
I know, his hero power is interesting. So he sacrifices the creatures to give all his other creatures +1 attack and health until end of turn.
Oh, nice.
And he gains a life for each creature he controls.
So chances are he's playing lots of creatures. Chances. Doesn't mean...
He's a Dark Portal type deck.
Oh.
Demon cards cost less, and then it slowly makes him lose life and summon creatures.
But he can also sack his creatures for,
life, yeah.
That life. So far, I kind of see how this deck is slowly turning out. Seems very interesting. But let's see if he can keep up with
token beats. Let's make it 2/1 ranged. Yeah, see, the reason he didn't attack is that this thing has ranged while defending, so his 1/1 doesn't really do well against a 1/1 range.
You know what? I actually completely missed that.
I mean, I'm not sure. I've seen this thing played, and I've never seen it do amazingly well. Like this, she does annoying things. However, she does give you mana for having to sacrifice creatures. Let's rally.
Not bad. So, I mean, pretty strong start for you.
Yeah, any hand that contains a Master Tactician is generally a keeper in a token deck. Being able to pump.
Losing that life, it's gotta hurt.
Yep. Fortunately,
I know.
He can keep playing these things.
Yeah.
But that's why we made a token. That's the one nice thing about this deck, is I can just make tokens to sack to it.
Oh, I mean, all in all, like, I think the game's actually pretty even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dark Portal can get nutty when it reduces the cost of these things.
Oh, there seems to be a lot of cards that can get overly nutty if the conditions are right.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think that's also where some of the balance is not just one card on one faction is good, whereas every faction has something that can get really out of hand.
Yeah. So he's going to eat my 2/2 and lose his 1/1.
Not the worst trade-off, I suppose.
It doesn't mean I'll have to sacrifice one of my other things, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the one unfortunate thing. However, I can play this. Drain that.
So curiously enough, I didn't actually see what your other 2 abilities that you've got there are.
Okay. So the one I made is I sacrifice a level 1 creature to draw a card.
Oh, I like that.
It combos well with the top ability because I can just make a token and sack it immediately.
I like that.
And this one can put a soldier from my graveyard on the bottom of the deck and put a Might Emblem on something.
Oh, nice. Pretty good for token deck.
Mm-hmm.
Really good, actually.
Probably has a reanimate if he blocked. We're gonna lose this anyway. So let's sack and draw a card.
It's probably the right choice.
Yeah, couldn't save for guards to drop 2 tokens to sack, but it's okay. He might go down to his own Dark Portal here.
Let's see, 3 corrupt mana.
He probably has a reanimate if he blocked with a...
3 levels all into corrupt. Looks like he's running mono black.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 mana. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah, there's another succubus just cast.
That's 2 succubuses now. Doing 6 damage to you and healing him for 6. Ooh.
That's unfortunate. Nothing to sacrifice.
Except your dignity.
We can, however, just make another blood-seeking mutant. And tap for 3.
Not bad. So far you've got a nice little advantage.
Here, I'm actually going to fill up my hand a bit. And because I don't want to lose this again to the same tactic, let's just hide it. Still gets to use its ability on the back line, but he can't attack into it now. It can't attack, but...
It also can't be attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a trade-off right there.
Even next turn, I can't just move it back to the front line and attack with it. But it probably doesn't matter. I'm thinking this Dark Portal is probably going to have killed him. Doesn't matter how many of these succubus he has. Yeah, see?
Ooh.
He would have done the same thing.
Good call.
Nothing to sacrifice. And that will be our turn.
Pumping up those
So we have
creatures.
this is an instant spell. It makes 2 1/1 militias that will get pumped by him. So we're pretty good on whatever he tries to do and attacks. We can make 2 2/2s all of a sudden.
That's pretty solid. He's got to think about what he's doing. He's not looking too great here. Sitting only at 3 life.
Yep. He can play a succubus and drain me again, but this ticks up, then he loses life. So it'll go up to 6 next turn. So even if succubus drains 3 life, it's not going to be enough.
So far it looks like you've got this one.
Hopefully. He could do...
He has 3 corrupt and 4 mana.
There is a corruption spell that drains me for 1 for each of his corruption levels. Then that's 2 mana. So he could have that potentially.
Another one, jeez.
There it is. So he'll at least survive a turn.
Wow. Nice comeback, but... I mean, if that's
2
all...
2s at the end of his turn. You have to sacrifice 1, but...
If that's all he got, though, then...
Oh, whoops, I did it in the wrong order. I meant to...
Whoa.
And we can attack. He's just going to take it since he'll lose to his demon portal anyway.
May as well.
And
that was a pretty good game.
I haven't really played ranked, clearly.
I mean, you did fairly well, all in all considering.
Here we go for our second game.
Friendly game. Non-ranked.
Yeah, we couldn't find a ranked queue. The queue's not very busy at this time, apparently. So we were on the play, so we do have some 1-1s. We'll probably keep this.
It's not the worst hand. I mean, you can play around it. I think one of my favorite things about Spellweaver is the fact that there's the Divine Offering mechanic.
Yeah,
I
is
really
a very
like
cool
it.
mechanic.
I really like it because you can't really get mana screwed that way.
I mean, you can, but it's a lot harder to do.
Yeah, it
also,
is.
the fact that when you gain mana, you also draw a card.
Yes.
Makes the decks a lot faster than Magic and a lot more consistent. They just don't have the brokenness that is like Black Lotus and things.
Which is maybe something they should look into. Or, maybe not.
Yeah. Yeah, they should look into introducing Power 9 cards, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll use my Shrine, get a mana, draw a card, put down the equivalent of a Mox Ruby, Mox Emerald.
Another thing is, Spellweaver's a lot of like what they want Magic to be at the moment, with like creatures bumping into each other. But the ability to attack into creatures makes it a lot different.
I noticed that when I was playing in the beta with you.
Yeah, the ability to attack the creatures makes it a lot different than Magic.
I also, in the beta, wasn't really paying too much attention to the speed mechanic, which was a grave error on my part.
It's a really cool mechanic once you get the hints to it.
I completely agree with that. I do kind of wish range could attack from the back line, but that'd be a little broken.
That's what flying exactly is.
Yeah, I know.
Once there's a flying ranged creature, it'll probably be pretty decent. Can't be attacked and can pick off whatever it wants. It's got a 2/2. Fortunately, so we go like this. Now we go like this. And now we do this.
Oh, snap.
And that looks horrifying.
All at once. That's awesome. They're probably just like, oh, what the hell just happened?
Basically, yeah. If you curve out like this, it's terrifying. Ooh. Oh, okay. I was worried about that for a moment.
I mean, still taking huge beats.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still 8 damage on turn 4. Hopefully he may have another ambush strike and be able to attack my 3/3. However, unfortunately for him, we have another pump spell, so we're probably fine.
Yeah, I think you're looking pretty good here, unless they had like the equivalent of it, like an Echoing Truths or something like that.
Well, if he had Fire Blast, is that what it's called? There's a red spell that deals 3 damage to one creature and 1 damage to each other creature. That is the bane of this deck, because it deals 3 damage to him and 1 damage to all these guys. He dies, he's no longer pumping them, they all die. That's the one thing, is the red deck can just destroy this deck.
I mean, there's also the purple card. What was it called? The Board Wiper? Cataclysm. There we go. There's a few cards that could deal with what you've got out on the field.
Unfortunately for him.
Oh, snap.
We got another pump. So now his 2/2s no longer look threatening.
These are mere soldiers. Ooh.
They do kind of look threatening now. Oh, okay, see, if I didn't have this, he was just gonna... I mean, you gotta block something.
Yeah. That's correct. It's probably the right move.
Yeah. Well, if he's going to block with them, he's got to block with both of them. Cause
doesn't have to, it just be...
Once one dies, the other dies.
Yes. So, I mean, the correct choice is to just use both of them. If not, then you're really not using them to their max potential. But looks like mono green and with 3 mana, plenty. Probably doesn't need any more levels, almost splashing a color we haven't seen yet, but doesn't look likely at this point.
No, I don't think there's too many decks that want to splash.
Okay, that is just intimidating. How many times
really
you've done that?
Well, I mean, he returned it to our hand, right? So.
I know.
But it does. It sounds epic once you put it into play.
Yeah.
All the swords. There we go. That was very fast aggro kill.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, he's inviting us for another game.
Do it up.
See how it goes. We don't have a white.
Yeah.
But we can Divine Offering for one potentially.
I think this would probably be a keeper, honestly.
Yeah. I think we'll chance it. We could get screwed here.
Nah.
We didn't.
When I'm here, not likely.
Make ourselves a 1/1.
Alright, what you got? What you got? It's turn 1. Can't be that amazing.
I don't know, the green deck can kind of do some nutty things.
It can, but...
Well, that's a 2/1. That's not very exciting.
Nah. Another Order Shrine. Funny.
So we'll just attack with our 1/1, because if he wants to trade his 2/1 for our 1/1, he can go ahead.
I would have been actually tempted for that trade considering I saw what your deck was able to do last game.
Yeah. The thing is that if he attacks with that, we can make 2 militias that will have 3 speed.
I
and
know.
We can trade 1 for it.
But he doesn't know that yet.
He doesn't know that. But we may have a pump spell, so that is a possibility. But we make him waste a pump spell, right? Boom! Surprise!
Sucker!
Yep, didn't have a pump spell.
Nice. Nice. It'll probably bring out like a Watcher Elf or something.
Yeah,
He's got a he/she. He's got a.
Didn't have a
elf.
2-drop. Interesting.
That is a little interesting. He didn't even have a 1-drop.
Well, he played his 2-drop early, but then he didn't have another 2-drop to follow it up with.
And taking the damage.
Well, I know the bounce spell costs 2 levels, so you can't have that. Put out a 3/3. It's not the good 3/3 that pumps them, but he'll do.
I'll do, big. I'll do. The Brother in Arms.
Here, I think we don't sacrifice a token. We just attack one.
Trade blocks and
because the other one
dead.
dies. We could have attacked and got 1 damage through, but I don't think it was worth it.
Probably not. Not for a single damage. Especially because you have a lot of things that can increase a lot of your guys' stat or attack stats, so...
Especially since we have a War Fanfare right here.
Yeah, I mean, you have tons of cards like that, so I think that was the right choice. Personally. Coming from someone who's better than you, so...
Clearly.
Obviously. Which is exactly why I'm at the controls, playing the game.
I don't think that's true at all.
Well, you can't prove
it's
it.
not even kind of true.
I don't think you can prove it.
So, let's pump everything. Swing.
Ooh, it's pretty big beats.
That's a lot of beats.
What is that? 4, 8, 10, 12,
2,
14.
4, 8, 12, 14.
Ouch.
That's a bit of damage.
This is where you, like, pray for a Cataclysm if you were playing Dominion.
He'd need 2 Dominion levels, and I think it's 5 mana. I don't think it's happening.
Was it 5? I thought it was 4.
He's got a 4/4.
Nah, it doesn't really help at all.
It really doesn't. Especially since we can just be mean and make his 4/4 a 3/3.
Cruel.
Now it can't even eat one of my 3/3s.
And that's game.
There you go. 2 very fast aggro starts after our rank game, which was very interesting.
So not a
Yeah. So we have 3 wins, so excellent show of the deck. It's probably not like the greatest deck in the world, but it's a fun deck. We didn't get to see Murder Instinct, but we never really needed it.
By the looks of it, a lot of these cards are relatively common as well, so I mean, I think it's great for starting. Actually,
it really is. The only rares we have are Night Recruiter and Cavalry Field Captain.
Yeah, so very basic. I think
the hero is one of the starter deck heroes. Everything else is a common or uncommon. So it's actually a pretty budgety deck.
That is pretty good for being on a budget. But then next time we get to show you something else.
I have a lot of heroes in stock, so you'll have to see what we bring out next week.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Spellweaver.